Yo, 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 yo. It is the big motherfucking baby. And I'm back. I'm doing my podcast. I'm doing 2 in a row. Why? Mainly because I've been slipping. I haven't, man. I don't know, man. I got home. I got lazy. Well, it was even before then. I started recording, but I wasn't posting. So I'm working on this new concept. We're gonna do Facebook Live with it. Gonna clean it up some. Gonna have a good time. But today I'm gonna talk sports. And just for anybody who tunes in, if you leave comments, like I'm probably not gonna see them because I don't like to look at myself on the camera. It kind of messes with me. So I'd rather like just stare at the sound bars. But anyways, I want to start it off with this. What is a hero, right? We have heroes from all different walks of life, and more specifically, I want to talk about a sports hero. Well, this hero happens to be a sports hero, but not just a sports hero. Who do we look up to? How do we pay homage to our heroes? We study their works. We tattoo them on our bodies. We try to live like them. We try to do what they did. And that's beautiful. You know, we post their pictures on their birthdays, and that's beautiful, right? So today we have the birthday of one Muhammad Ali, a great sports hero, a great freedom fighter, right? But one person whose message, you know, really, I mean, it changed, it shifted someone over time, but it was one of, you know, equality. Remember, while he was fighting this fight, he wasn't loved by many. His approval rating was very low. He lost his championship. He ran the risk of going to jail, but it didn't matter because he was fighting for something that he believed in. And I want to parallel that to Colin Kaepernick, another sports hero. Granted, he was not the transcendent talent that Muhammad Ali was, but he has the same transcendent message that Muhammad Ali has, and that's, you know, equal treatment of people, equality of opportunity, you know. And for all the people who are paying homage to Muhammad Ali, all I want you to do is use that same energy and pay homage to the same type of modern day hero, Colin Kaepernick, because he is really out here putting his money where his mouth is. He's put his career on the line. His career, as far as I'm concerned, and many other people are concerned in the NFL, is over, which is a travesty. But nonetheless, he is doing he's doing what he believes in, and he's not selling out for a check. Now, I could go on for days and days about selling out for a check, but I'd rather not. But anyways, I want to segue now. I'm going to segue now into my NCAA wrap up, right? I'm late on it, but you know, last week was a rough week for me. I spent a lot of the week mourning. Ooh, message. And because of that, I just couldn't really lock in the way I wanted to. I was a little tired, adjusting back to the Western time zone. I was just, yeah, but I'm back, and I'm ready to talk my good noise. Hold on, ESPN. I do not care about you. Let me check this message. All right, anyways, I digress. So, NCAA, you know, roll daggone tide, roll freaking tide. God dang it, Saban did it again to my Georgia Bulldogs. But the big takeaway I have from all of this is great coaching and experience will always win. But you obviously have to have the starting point. And I do believe what Kirby Smart brings to the University of Georgia is that same starting point that Saban brought to Alabama when he left. And when he left Miami and started building that powerhouse of a program there. Just the gutsy call to put in the freshman quarterback Tua, whatever his name is, in the biggest game of the season when Jalen Hurts all but won the national championship last year. Shout out to Deshaun Watson and his great play in that game. It just really tells you the type of coach that he is, and he's all about winning. He's not about just making people happy. He's about the bottom line, and in sports, the bottom line is the dub. RIP to Jalen Hurts' career. There have already been rumors that he's gonna be transferring to like Texas or something. Yeah, dog. Like as much as everybody says he wants to compete, yeah, bro, get out of there. You gotta go. It's over with for you. I joked on Twitter that maybe he should come to Highlands for a little while. Maybe we'll get him in at Morehouse. D2. It can really light it up out there. But on a serious note, yeah, bro, you gotta get up out of there. As of that number 48, I don't really care to know his name. Trying to fight coaches on the sideline, bro, you gotta go. And apparently he's going to Tennessee with Jeremy Pruitt, the OD coordinator from Alabama, who's now Tennessee's head coach. I'll say another funny dynamic that's going on at the University of Georgia is, all right, well, we got Justin Fields, who just signed, top quarterback in the country, number one dual threat in the country. He and Jake Fromm are going to have a nice quarterback battle over the next couple of years to see who's going to be the big man on campus, or big dog on campus. Go dog, sick 'em. And Jacob Eason, well, I wrote this bit up before the rumors were verified and really came out. But, yeah, they say that guy's going to Washington, back to his home state. He got to get up out of Athens because ain't no room for him. He went from number one quarterback coming out of high school to number one bench rider in the NCAA. It happens, man. And it really sucks when people get your season derailed by injury. But Georgia's definitely on their way to being a powerhouse. But here's the one thing I actually really care about is UCF and their fake national championship, and like the newspapers and like the governor of the state of Florida and all these other people saying, UCF should have been the national champions. They were undefeated. They beat Auburn. Blah, 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 blah. Get out of here. UCF had a soft schedule. They didn't play anybody. UCF is not in the Power 5. Again, they didn't play anybody. So UCF, if you want to get into the big dance, you want to play in the playoffs, join the Power 5. Sorry, now I'm not saying that Auburn mailed in the game because it was a tight game, but when you're a top team and you miss the playoff, your bowl game is just a little bit different. If you're not playing in one of the major bowls, it's just a little bit different. If you're not playing for a national championship or the chance to play in a national championship, it's a little bit different. So UCF, great season. It's beautiful. Boise State did similar things, but guess what? It just never happened. You don't win ships playing in a WAC conference. Sorry, UCF. So here's what you do. You're in Florida. Join the SEC, the ACC, when that opportunity presents itself, and then maybe you get a chance to do something. Anyways, I'm definitely done with that. College football is good and done, and I want to segue into the NFL. Yes, the NFL. Golly, wasn't last week a great week of playoff football? I mean, it wasn't a great week for me as a Falcons fan, but overall, great week of playoff football. Yeah, I had to, McAfee. I did have to talk about UCF and all that BS. But anyways, yeah. So last week was a great week of football, I guess. I mean, my Falcons got beat. What's new? I don't trust our coaching staff. What's his name? Dan Quinn. I mean, you're better than the old regime, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to be mad at Dan Quinn, if I want to be mad at Sark. Play calling, terrible. I mean, I get it. Philly has a good defense, but man, look here, bro. We need more than 10 points. You can't win a playoff game with 10 points. We had the same players from last year by Kyle Shanahan and hell, by offense. Again, I get it. The OC is important. It's really important. But my God, can't you just go back and remember what you were doing back whenever it was working? You got the same players. You got the same infrastructure. Matt Ryan, I ain't saying we need to fire him. Because I wouldn't be pissed off if we draft a quarterback this year just to put a little pressure on him, let him know. It ain't sweet in these streets, Matty Ice. Hell, Matty Ice, it was cold in Philly, but still somehow you melted. Makes me sick. Titans pass, what do you expect? Stuff comes out of New England. Oh, God, Belichick, Brady, Kraft, all them different pages. Oh, Belichick wanted to get rid of Tom Brady and keep Jimmy G. Oh, Robert Kraft is stepping on Belichick's feet and doing what he did with Bill Parcells. Yada, 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 yada. I don't want to hear none of that. They're a finely tuned machine. Greatest professional organization we've ever seen put together. 7 straight appearances in NFC championships. Missed the playoffs once since Brady became the starter and Brady was hurt. What more do you want from these people? 5 rings, about to get 6. They beat the hell out of the Titans and Mike Mularkey got fired. Good riddance. He needed to go. RIP to what's that kid's name? RIP to the quarterback's career, man. It's gonna be rough for him. Mariota, I think he's a good talent, but he's gonna be like his third head coach in 4 years. Like, yeah, bro. All that discomfort is bad for you. The next one, let's get to oh God, Pittsburgh and the Jaguars. Oh, Pittsburgh was like, yeah, man, we ready for the Patriots. We ready for the rematch. The Super Bowl's gonna come through these 2 teams. Well, I mean, you forgot about Jacksonville. I mean, they waxed that ass the first time, 30-9 in Pittsburgh. Granted, Big Ben threw 5 picks, 2 pick sixes. So, yeah, that's a fluke game. But to underestimate one of the top defenses in the league, a good running back, and your defense is trash, it's god-awful. I mean, they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. They're young, dumb, and full of... You thought I was going to say that, didn't you? But no, like, they're young and experienced. They're just out there just busting their asses playing good, solid football. And what do you get? You get Big Ben with terrible decisions during the game with 2 turnovers. 1 went back for a tub. You get Mike Tomlin, a coach who I absolutely love. But again, they were loose. I mean, they were tight at the beginning, but like they didn't show up for the beginning of the game. I mean, if it was Madden, it would have been game over. They got skunked. And then, you know, just in crucial moments, 4th down, apparently they removed quarterback sneak from their audibles. If I'm Big Ben, I'm in the huddle. I don't care what they call it. Hey, we run a quarterback sneak. I'm going to tap center ass, you know, pause. But, you know, tap it, let them know, snap it, and I'm going to get these 2 yards. I'm 6'5", 250, one of the biggest people on the field. I can get this. I can get a yard. Hell, I can get 6 inches. So, I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh. A lot of problems there. Big Ben, again, throwing his coaching staff under the bus. A little prima donnish. I don't like it. I think it's terrible. If Big Ben was my quarterback and he's just going on and on and on about the coaching staff, you know what, Ben? You need to shut the hell up. Like, yes, you're going to be a Hall of Famer. Yes, you're one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Yes, you're the only guy to go for 500 yards in a game 3 times. The only person to do it more than once. But dog, just shut up. If you don't have anything good to say, man, just don't say anything at all. You still work here. You know, like, I get it. You have your frustrations. But God dang, man, just shut up. I mean, hell, you got Todd Haley fired. Is that good enough? Apparently he yelled too much. You don't like to be yelled at. Oh my God, I'm making $15, $20 million a year, but I don't want to get yelled at. And look here, I ain't selling out for no check, but I mean, if he yell, man, yell. And you get over it and you win football games. But everybody's talking about what the Steelers need to do, firing the OC, which I get it because Ben didn't like him, but you need to fire your defensive coordinator. That's who needs to go. You need to hire a new defensive coordinator. You need to go talk to your GM and say, hey, GM, the offense is good as hell. Amazing. We need some defenders. Shazier might be done. He's in a wheelchair. You can't expect him to be back next year. We need a new middle linebacker, preferably a veteran. We need some DBs. Our back end is terrible. How you going to lead the league in sacks but still have a terrible defense? Need to shore up the back end. Somebody need to talk to the players about they need some damn media training. Big Ben talking noise about the coaches, throwing them under the bus. Get into the back and forth about the anthem protest at the beginning of the year, saying he was against what the coaches wanted. You got AB last year doing Facebook Live. You got coach players looking forward to seeing the Patriots in the AFC Championship. Well, you didn't see them. The Jaguars saw them. You saw the Jaguars and you saw a ghost. Shit. What else? Le'Veon Bell talking about his darn contract situation. They ask you a question about your contract. You say, you know what, man, we'll talk about this at the end of the season. Right now, I'm focused on the Jaguars and doing the best I can to beat the Jaguars. And goddamn it, Juju Smith-Schuster didn't get enough touches in the game last week, as far as I'm concerned. But Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh. The minority owners are calling for Mike Tomlin's job. A guy who's won 48 games in the last 4 years. That's 12 games a year. On average, he's going 12-4. But yeah, man, like I was saying, no, I don't want that. I totally just messed that up. Whatever. So, like I was saying, you got all these upset Pittsburgh fans want Tomlin's job, and I say, who do you hire? Who the hell do you hire? Rex Ryan? Does anybody really want Rex to be their coach? Let him stay at ESPN. Or let Rob stay at Fox. I mean, I ain't heard him on Fox in a while, so I guess they done with him. Tell him to cut that damn hair. So if you fire Tomlin, who do you hire? Somebody not as good, and your production drops off, and you say, God almighty, we should have kept Tomlin. And guess what happens? He goes to another team who got some pieces and be like, you know what? We need an established coach who's done it before, and another one bites the dust. And the Steelers go into that 20-year drought like they did in the 80s and the 90s of mediocrity and looking for a coach. Not even looking for a coach. Looking for a quarterback. Then you don't have a coach. Yeah, it's over with. Because Big Ben's only good for 2 or 3 more years. But I do think it's crazy how Ben leveraged his retirement and all of that BS to get Todd Haley fired, or not fired, but they didn't renew his contract. But hey, Todd Haley did a good job. Big Ben had all 3 of his 500-yard games under Haley. But you know what? Production's not everything. People do want to be happy at work, and I'm watching this NBA game, and Will Barton just doubled real bad and carried 4 times, but who gives a damn? Now we got with the Saints and the Vikings. I don't really care about that game. I was happy to see the Saints lose. I hate the Saints. I'm a real Falcons fan. I wish bad things on that franchise and all of their fans. And I got family down there. I love my family to death, but as far as I'm concerned, the Saints can lose every game. They can start back putting the bags over their heads. They can bring Archie Manning back into the organization, and they can go back to hell where they belong. And that's that. Shout out to Stephon Diggs for making a great play, and poor what's his kid's name? Marcus Williams for being the F up of the season. Yeah, unfortunate rookie mistake. He overthought it. He didn't know if he should try to pick it, not get the PI. He should have just played football, son. But it's easy for me to say that because I'm sitting on my couch talking about you and not doing it. All right, coming up this week, what do we have? So now I'm going to do like a brief little like preview, I guess, to like the NFC and AFC championships. I may or may not watch them. I did not watch Sunday football, actually. because I'm a depressed Georgia sports fan, and I am tired of all the grief that my sports teams put me through. So therefore, I boycotted the NFL and I watched Arrow. Doo-doo-doo. Anyways, so we got Pats and Jags. Pats are 9.5 point favorites to win. Unfortunately, I think they win in a close game, and they're pretty much aided by their veteran experience, their coach. And although I don't like their defense, they don't give up. They don't give up points in the red zone, and Jacksonville does not have big play potential. They're kind of a grinded out team, make you make a mistake, try to score on defense. Brady doesn't make mistakes, although that defense is really good and may be able to force them into mistakes because they have a good front four and they can get an interior pass rush, which is what is kind of Brady's Achilles heel. And they can play man-to-man instead of having to zone up and let Brady just sit there and cook you. There's an opportunity for Jacksonville to make some big plays, but I just don't think they're ready yet. I hope they are. I want them to win because I hate the ground that Tom Brady walks on, mainly because of what happened in the Super Bowl last year. But, Brady got to go. I mean, not Brady got to go, excuse me. The Jags, I really want y'all to pull the upset, but I doubt that y'all will. And then we got Philly and the Vikings. And the Vikings are 3-point favorites in Philly, which is like a 6-point swing because as the home team, you automatically get 3 points. Like home field advantage is 3 points. It's just for any of you gambling. Anybody who's not familiar with gambling. But I think this game is going to be boring. It's going to be eyesore. It's going to be watching paint dry. It's going to be me clawing my eyes out. It's going to be me probably not watching a game. Or just drinking a hell of a lot of beer and just being like, oh, I just want to heckle the fans of whatever team. Because my team obviously isn't here. And yeah, that's kind of it. Like, I'm not saying I'm ready for football season to be over, but I'm low-key done with football season. It's just for me. You know what I mean? It's just just. But now, definitely want to talk about the NBA. So the NBA is challenging the NFL for popularity, and I think part of it comes with the NBA's ability to keep you interested year-round. Like, all summer, we should have been getting ready for football, and we talked about the NBA. We were talking about the NBA until the NBA season started. And shout out to the NBA for that. So, for starters, Cleveland struggling in January. They struggle every January since LeBron James has been back in Cleveland. Okay, Lou! I see you, Lou Will! You know, I want 2 women like Lou Will, but anyways, we can all dream. But yeah, they're on a 4-game skid. Part of it is getting Isaiah back into the lineup. Oh my God, D Rose has been reactivated. Like, okay, then Montrezl Harrell. And then a lot of it is LeBron. No, they can't win. They can't beat Golden State with the team they got. Hey, management, we need some help. You better flip this pick for a player. You better get Shump. You better get Tristan Thompson and what's his name? Shannon Fry. Get them out of here. Give me Boogie. Give me AD. Give me. I don't want DeAndre Jordan, man. He can't shoot. Like, I want rim protection, but golly, DeAndre Jordan can't shoot. Give me Paul George. I don't want Melo. Give me something. I need another piece so we can go ahead and win this championship. And all this talk of well, LeBron needs to commit to the franchise before they trade. Damn that! If you can win a championship this year, but be sorry for the next, who cares? You're Cleveland. Nobody wants to come to Cleveland unless you draft them. Y'all been sorry forever. Y'all struggle to draft the right people. I mean, you better trade that for a chance to win a championship. Hell, then give us money. But ain't nobody coming to see whoever's on Cleveland if LeBron ain't there. You ain't gonna have a chance to go to a championship with a draft pick. That might be like a 7th pick. Like, there's no guarantee you get Bagley. And hell, even if you get Bagley, how good is he gonna be? How long is it gonna take him to transcend? And does he have the LeBron skill of getting people to want to come to raggedy ass Cleveland? I doubt it. Hell, I don't want to go to Cleveland. Period. Never been to visit. Don't want to go. No disrespect to anybody from Cleveland, but what am I gonna do in Cleveland? They got the Browns, the 1-31 over the last 2 seasons Browns, who had a parade to celebrate being the sorriest NFL franchise. Cleveland, before LeBron got there, terrible. When LeBron left, terrible. Like, you're a godforsaken sports city. And all the Indians, they've gotten a little bit better. But they still ain't getting no ships. The Indians got beat by the Cubs. The most cursed franchise, period. Hell, the Indians got beat by the Atlanta Braves in the World Series in '95. Atlanta's a godforsaken sports city. We don't win championships. But Cleveland, we beat you. Hell, Cleveland, get LeBron what he wants and get that man a ship. Hell, if he gets the ship, he gonna stay at least for another year or two. You can't walk away after a championship. And if you get somebody like Boogie, you get Paul George, they might just re-up with you. Braun might just re-up with you. IT, little baby, little small short man, might just re-up with you. Oh, that's weird. What do you have to lose, Cleveland? A draft pick. Okay, LeBron walks away, then y'all become sorry as hell again. And guess what? You're going to have another high draft pick. So, miss me with that. But for anybody worried about Cleveland right now not winning the East, you're a fool. And you shouldn't have a sports opinion. Unless you are a fan of Toronto or Boston. But do we really think Toronto... Can you take Toronto seriously in the playoffs? God, no. Like, what's his name? Your point guard, he melts. DeMar DeRozan, that's one person. Who gonna guard LeBron on your team? Nobody. All right, shut up. Celtics again. Who's gonna guard LeBron? Yeah, Jaylen Brown. Barbecue chicken. Jason Tatum. Barbecue chicken. But Kyrie's gonna do. Who cares if Kyrie gets off? Kyrie has seen over his career. He can get off all he wants. That don't mean he gonna win. He ain't won nothing without Braun. Well, they're the number one. Don't care. They're gonna lose. Terrible. They're not gonna beat Braun. If you ain't got an answer for Braun, you can't win. If everything else is similar, and you may have a slight advantage, but the only thing that puts Cleveland over the top is LeBron, greatest player of all time. Yeah, so miss me with that. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, so what I've seen is these NBA players, they act like they want to go to the UFC. Like they want to be fighters. That's what they like to do now. They like to fight, throw a little hand or two, huh? I guess that's what's popping in the streets. I guess that's what's bragging out here now. We got Kyle Lowry and Ben Simmons going at it. Ben Simmons telling him to meet him in the tunnel. Bruh, you're not going back there. You're not going to do nothing. Shut up. And Kyle Lowry coming back saying, oh, no, he don't want them problems. Man, look. Don't now one of y'all want them problems. Y'all ain't going to fight. Y'all too grown. You're too rich to be fighting. Then we got the Clippers and Rockets. Now, that makes a little bit more sense, right? Blake Griffin, Chris Paul didn't get along as teammates. Chris Paul demanded a trade, so he got the hell up out of town. I don't blame him. Makes sense. He turned down $200 million to get out of there. So you expect the game back in LA to be a little chippy. But did it get chippy. Chris Paul said, we're going to rush the back though. Hey, Capella, here's what we need. Capella, I need you to go to the front door. You're going to be a diversion. You're going to be in there raising all types of hell, acting like, you really about it, like you want to fight, right? But instead of being about it, right? We gonna come through the back though, cause you know me and Ariza used to play in LA, so we know the locker rooms. You know, we know what's going on. Me, Ariza, my man's hey, what's his name? The Hops, you know, Gerald Green and the Beard. We gonna come through the back though. We gonna pull up on Austin Rivers and Blake Griffin and see what's good with them. And they gonna call the police on me. Hey, LAPD, this is Blake Griffin. Chris Paul and his goons are trying to run up on me. I'm a little scared, you know. I'm big as hell, but I'm kind of soft. I'm a little scared. I'm a little pumped. My teammates is in here, but they know they're gonna help me because they know I ain't really about it. So we gonna I'm gonna let you get down here and do your job. Goddamn police, come on, man. It ain't like Gilbert Arenas came through there with the stick, you know what I'm saying? The Javaris Critton. Hey, free Javaris Critton. He's a real criminal. I'm lying, don't free him. Keep his ass where he at. Okay, Lou Will. Hey, put Lou Will in the All-Star game too. He deserve it. Oh, he slapped the hell out of Jokic. Or Jokic, whatever his name is. He don't want them problems. Lou Will, that boy will pummel you. Okay, enough of me just talking crazy. But yeah, this fighting stuff is getting crazy. And then, he flopped, never mind. And then Aaron Aflalo, he threw a whole haymaker at a dude. I don't know the dude's name. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to try to butcher that man's name because that is disrespectful. But yeah, he cocked back, threw a whole haymaker. And I'm just like, yeah, what are you doing? Nothing in the basketball game should make you that upset. Oh, what I forgot to say about the Clippers Rockets drama is how you gonna suspend Ariza and Green, but not suspend Hard and Paul. Power plays, man. It's great to be the face of the league, goddammit. You can do whatever you want and not get in no trouble. But yeah, they might need to give what's his name a good 5 games. Aflalo, he threw that wild ass haymaker. If he would have just came in tight and hit him with a little jab, he actually would have hit him. Or a legit haymaker, you know, swung his hips around, worked the punch. But that wild punch, that's what you see like in the World Star videos, where folks just be swinging and swinging and swinging and swinging, and then you finally just connect and you hit somebody in the temple and they just be asleep. But then he got put in that strong Serbian chokehold, and after that he was like, man, I'm done. Get this man up off of me. But the NBA is going to have to drop the hammer and let it be known that it can't be doing all this fighting. As much as I enjoy it as a consumer, it's a terrible look for the league. It's bad for the image. They already think the NBA is full of thugs, so they got tattoos and dark skin and all of that stuff. Not going to go down that rabbit hole. But you see what I'm getting at here. Oh, you're a bum 33. I don't even know your name, but you're trash. You should have exploded to the basket and just laid it up. And you got big ass toes. Excuse me, that's gross. But yeah, I was getting a little congested. And finally, I'm gonna end my NBA talk to talk about the guy himself, the most famous guy in the NBA, Mr. Triple B's LeVar Big Baller Ball. Yo, LeVar been grabbing headlines since he said Lonzo's better than Steph Curry. Saying you put Lonzo on the Lakers, on the Warriors, and you put Steph Curry at UCLA, you'll see what happened. Well, hell, we put Lonzo on the Lakers and they're just as bad. So is he really a force multiplier? I think he eventually will be, but talent around him is trash. Hot trash. They have no chance of winning with that roster as configured. But anyways, Lonzo struggled this year, and LeVar's still been talking that good noise. And now he's finally settled down and came into his own. Shout out to Lonzo. Again, I don't want people to think I hate Lonzo because I'm not a LeVar Ball fan. I support Lonzo Ball, but I wish LeVar Ball would go to Lithuania and shut the hell up. But no, ESPN sends a reporter to Lithuania with LeVar Ball, which again, he gets clicks. So, I mean, you kind of got to talk about it. And he says the players that gave up on Luke Walton. Well, have they really? Hell, I don't know. Kyle Kuzma came out and defended him. Lonzo pretty much said, man, he's my coach. I'm going to play for my coach. I'm trying to play ball. He gave a very, I'm not going to make my dad mad answer. I'm not going to say anything bad about my coach. But I'm also not going to say anything good about him either. So that kind of lets me know he probably done lost a team. They had a players-only meeting. He got the job because he won all them games with Golden State and he used to play for the Lakers. But understand, Golden State is a well-oiled machine that coaches itself. So, look, how much coaching was Luke doing? What Luke needs to do is get into late-night radio. Because, Luke Walton has that nice, deep voice. Hey, this is The Quiet Storm with Luke Walton. Next up, we have this Maxwell, trying to have a good night with your lady. And, you want us to feel a little nice tonight. Here is that Maxwell. But as far as the coach, I don't know. But his team is so damn terrible. It's like, God almighty. Is it Luke? Is it the players? I don't know, don't care, don't watch them because they are a damn eyesore most of the time. But we just gotta stop giving LeVar Ball credibility. I want to say stop giving him a platform just so he can go away and shut the hell up because I don't want to hear him. But again, people want to hear him, so just stop. If somebody asks me as a professional, well, how do you feel about what LeVar Ball said? I don't give a damn what LeVar Ball says. He's a struggling shoe salesman. That's what I was saying. Struggling shoe salesman. But what do I know? I'm just a big baby. I just want LeVar Ball to go away because at the end of the day, Lonzo Ball is not going to be taken seriously as an NBA player, as the leader of a franchise, if his daddy is more popular than him. Like Dale Curry played in the league. Michael Thompson played in the league. But guess what we don't do? What the hell they have to say about their kids and their playing careers and their teams? Why? Because they're adults and they're professionals and they know how to shut the hell up. So, we just got to stop giving LeVar Ball the chance. Just shut him up, Just cut the snake's head off. And go buy you some Big Baller Brand shoes. I'm not. They cost too much and they ugly. But if you like them shits, you like some ugly bum shoes. Get her done. Boy, my throat's starting to hurt, pause. A little dry. Where my water at, man? Hell. Been talking for 40 minutes straight. No breaks, no laughing. And the final sports topic I'm going to close out with is the curse of the Georgia sports fan, right? So to be a Georgia sports fan is to be cursed to purgatory, right? We rarely have really bad teams outside of injury. And right now, the Hawks are tanking, so they're bad because they're tanking. And the Braves are pretty bad because, who cares about the damn Braves? But the Falcons, for the last 10, 15 years, we have been a fairly consistent franchise. Consistently up and down, but not just terrible. The Makovic years were good. The Matt Ryan years have been better as far as productivity goes. You look at Georgia football, and these are the main two things I'm talking about. But you look at Georgia football, and, the Mark Richt years were good. We were always a good team, but we were never a true contender because, you kind of know Mark Richt's going to blow it in crunch time. He's going to lose an early game that doesn't matter, or he's going to lose a late game that does matter. And either way, you're not in the SEC championship, or you're not getting to a big bowl game. And, yeah, you're 9-10 wins a year, but you're not you're not going to a national championship. In 2 years, Kirby's fixed that. And I think Kirby may be the guy to break the curse. Just like I think Dan Quinn may be the guy to break the curse because in his second year, he got the Falcons to the Super Bowl. And, oh, yes, we were 10-6 this past year. He returned to the playoffs. Although I see problems with some of the stuff that Dan Quinn is doing, we're getting back to he's getting us there. And if you can get us there, right? We're eventually going to be hardened and start becoming one of those franchises. So I hope. Now, and the Hawks were the same way. They won games. They were getting to the playoffs. They actually, up until last season, had like the second longest playoff streak in the NBA behind the Spurs. But I mean, those teams, you never believed in those teams. Even the 62-20 Hawks team, we were like, yeah, I mean, they're gonna lose to LeBron, and got swept. I mean, how you gonna be 62-20 and get swept in the conference finals? It just lets you know the power of the king. But there is a curse that has been put on Georgia sports to where we're better than average, but we're just not good enough. We don't have a championship mentality. Free agents don't want to come to Atlanta. I don't know why. It's such a great city. Maybe it's the strip clubs that turn them away. Maybe they can't handle the distractions. Maybe it's the rap culture. Maybe it's QC. Maybe it's Gucci Mane. Here's what I need to happen. I need WAP and P over at QC to join our sports teams on the staff, right? I need P handing out QC chains. I need Gucci Mane out here, burr. I need them to put on for the city and to get the talent down. Now, I'm not going to ask him to work with T.I. or Jeezy, because I prefer the Wobster, you know. Okay, Deshaun Watson. But we need WAP and the Migos, and maybe for the young folks, what's his name? Lil Yachty. And maybe we got to pull Outkast out of the dungeon, you know. Get a little Future. They need to be part of the process. We need them bringing in these players to say, hey, man, come to the city. You see how they've embraced Julio? Hell, Julio be out with Gucci Mane, Migos. He got about 4 or 5 QC chains. You know, he's embracing the city. And then shit, we have them go down to Georgia. I mean, Migos have been the mayors. Quavo Honcho, shout out to Quavo. They really been doing it. If a Georgia sports team is there, they've been there. They got the finish line stuff going on. But here's what we get. We get Quavo in the room with Kirby when he recruiting. If we got Quavo in the room with Kirby, that boy's coming to Athens. Blake Griffin ain't got it no more. He tried to get a putback and totally missed the ball. 4 years ago, before we had 7, 8 surgeries and was exposed as a punk bitch, he would have put that down and dunked it. But yeah, we get Quavo on the recruiting trail. We win the Natty every other year. You get Kirby and Quavo. Kirby for president, Quavo for VP. I promise you, we would dethrone Satan. Kirby and Quavo. I ain't got nothing left to say. Big baby out.